Everyone was scared to get close to this ancient alien war dog, except this brave human. The creature was chained to the floor of Hangar 17. Even behind reinforced force fields and automatic turrets, no one dared enter. Not since Lieutenant Harros lost his entire right arm trying to administer tranquilizers. It was a beast from another era, unearthed in the ruins of a forgotten battlefield on the moon Titanos. 10 feet long, 6 feet tall at the shoulder, covered in dense, metallic scales and pulsating with bioenergy. A predator forged for war. It had no name in any current record. They called it the War Dog. Everyone feared it, except Leo. Day 1. Unauthorized personnel will not approach the containment zone, barked the overhead system. Leo ignored it. The janitor's jumpsuit marked him as harmless. No one cared about the kid who mopped the labs and emptied the trash. But Leo wasn't just mopping today. He stood at the edge of the force field, clutching a wrapped bundle. Inside, a roasted beef sandwich he had snuck from the base cafeteria. The creature didn't move. Its golden eyes were fixed on the ceiling, chained limbs tense, too still. "I know you can smell this," Leo said softly. "You haven't eaten in 3 days." No growl, no motion, but its nose flared. Barely. Leo stepped closer. Slowly. He unwrapped the sandwich, tore off half, and slid it under a narrow slot near the field's edge. The creature stared. Then, with impossible grace, it extended its tongue, a tongue like braided plasma fiber, and pulled the meat in. It ate. Leo smiled. "There you go, big guy." The beast stared at him now, not with hunger, with curiosity. Day 3. Word spread. The janitor got within 2 meters of the war dog and lived. The researchers watched from afar. No one dared stop him. Leo returned again. Same time, same routine. This time with cooked eggs and cheese. He spoke as he cleaned nearby. Soft words. Human words. "They say you're a weapon. Something left behind when the war ended. But I think you were more than that." The dog tilted its massive head. One ear twitched. "I think someone once loved you." A low rumble. Not a growl. Something deeper. Sadder. Leo nodded. "Yeah, I thought so." Day 7. The war dog licked Leo's hand. That was the day everything changed. Sirens flared. Turrets spun. Scientists screamed into comms. Shut the field down. Contain the breach. But the creature didn't attack. It pressed its giant, armored head into Leo's chest, and whimpered. Leo's arms barely reached around the beast's thick neck, but he hugged it anyway. "It's okay," he whispered. "I'm here." Backstory. Recovered from Titanos Translation Corps. Designation, Marhook. Species type, Sentinel warbeast. Function, Battlefront Guardian / Protector of Command Line. Cognitive level, Semi-sapient / bonded intelligence. Last known partner, Captain Valis 7 Kia. Behavior post-loss. Withdrawal, refusal to obey secondary commands. Entered hibernation in site ruins. Day 10. The base was split. Half demanded the creature be destroyed. Too dangerous. Too unpredictable. The other half watched Leo and wondered. They watched the war dog roll over to expose its belly when Leo came close. They watched it sit still as Leo checked its old wounds, scars from alien plasma weapons and gravity mines. "Your partner died, didn't they?" Leo said softly, stroking the creature's snout. "You shut down because there was no one left to protect." The beast didn't respond, but its eyes shimmered, like it understood. Leo whispered, "You don't have to be alone anymore." Day 12. They tried to move Leo. New orders. Military higher-ups. The war dog was to be shipped to a lab across the solar system. Leo stood in front of the beast's cage and refused to budge. "You separate us," he said calmly, "and you're going to have a rampaging bioengineered titan on your hands." The general laughed. "You think it's bonded to you? I know it is." He turned. The war dog stood silently behind him, and when the guards raised their weapons, it growled low and primal. "See," Leo said, "we're a pack now." Day 15. They ran tests, cognitive responses, loyalty assessments. In every scenario, the war dog responded calmly to Leo's commands. It ignored the others, even the scientists offering food. Leo named it Ashen. When asked why, he said, "Because it came from the ruins, but still burns with something." Ashen would follow him anywhere, slept outside his quarters, growled at anyone who shouted in Leo's presence. Once carried a full artillery crate just to see Leo smile. Day 21 crisis. A reactor core in subsector 3 went critical. Leo was trapped. Emergency doors slammed shut. Fire, heat, smoke. Ashen broke through 3 steel walls. The base's sensors clocked its movement at 97 miles per hour. It reached Leo seconds before the core exploded, wrapped its massive body around the boy, took the blast. The fire crews found Leo alive, ashen, blackened, and scorched, barely breathing. Leo screamed, "Don't take him from me." Day 24. They repaired Ashen with every tool science had: cybernetic patches, bio-knit gels, neural reinforcement mesh. Still, it wasn't until Leo spoke beside the med pod, crying and whispering, that Ashen's vitals rose. It opened one eye and licked his hand again. Epilogue. Ashen became Earth's first recognized sentient bonded companion. No longer a war weapon, now a protector. And wherever Leo went, research centers, disaster zones, even spacewalk repair missions, Ashen followed. They were inseparable, because in the ruins of a war long forgotten, one human didn't see a monster. He saw a soul,